Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of our podcast. This is the Penn Dragon PodCast, or the PDPC. Now, for those of you who know where our Dragon Boat team comes from, it is the Pennsylvania Dragon Boat Club, or PDBC. So you can see we did a little funny with the letters there. I am Ben Wong. I am, I guess, the unofficial host of this, and with me co-hosting is.
Roxanne Chu.
Oh my gosh! Applause! 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 No one can see this, but we're doing circles with our claps.
Go the other way.
All right, you go the other way. I'll go. Okay, great. Okay, so I mean, the reason we're even doing this is, well, it's at the time of recording. This is right in the, I guess, the climactic middle of the quarantine that COVID-19 has thrust upon us. So I guess we wanted to try and just do something with all our infinite time. So I guess the idea originally came from
you birthed it. You birthed the idea, and I just vouched for it.
No, a bunch. It was actually a culmination of a bunch of people, and then
really?
it kind of just ended here.
Who were the other people? Can I know? Or
it was Antonio and I mean Antonio and Henry definitely were talking something about how we could do just hangouts or something like that, and then it just kind of turned into this. But basically, so we're a Dragon Boat team, Pennsylvania Dragon Boat Club. This is a Dragon Boat team, and for those of you who don't know what Dragon Boat is, Roxanne, would you like to enlighten them?
absolutely. So the actual dragon boat is this big wooden boat. There are 10 rows of seats. So two people sit on each seat, and one person paddles the left, one person paddles the right. The front sits the drummer who sets the cadence, commands for the boat. And at the back is the steers person who steers the boat, but also can make calls and such. And together, in unison, everyone works together to paddle this big. How much does it weigh?
I don't know, a ton.
A ton of
It weighs
pounds.
it weighs a whole ton of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little water sport. Involves paddling and just a bunch of people working together as a team. And I think our team uh, has always, we're kind of like the young adult age group. I would say a young adult to middle age, I would say now.
Mm-hmm.
So our group generally thrives on the social aspect of this
large
of
groups.
Just be, yeah, exactly. And being in this quarantine, I'm sure has affected everyone, but it has also promptly stopped anything that this team was supposed to be doing this season, as I'm sure it did with everyone else. So with all this free time now that we have, we had many meetings, and Roxanne and I are part of the, I guess, the managerial parts of the team.
I always hate that word.
What word would you prefer? What word would you prefer, my Roxanne?
There isn't a better word though. That
What about people?
Yeah.
Uh,
People in charge.
People in chargers, the bosses. But we're not though.
We're not.
We're not though. So we are involved.
Yes.
And so we all had a bunch of meetings, and someone pointed out, I forget who, but someone pointed out that our group chats are kind of filled with just updates on just the coronavirus and maybe some other less than great news involving infection rates
Mm-hmm.
and death rates and all of that stuff that's been happening in this world, along with maybe some questionable choices from the government.
Mm-hmm.
A whole lot of bad news all at
Yeah.
once. So someone brought up that maybe we should just have more, video chats, video hangouts that I'm sure everyone that we've all become kind of accustomed to, or at least embrace, kind of, which is just we just hang out over video chats.
Closest thing to hanging out.
From there, we kind of birthed this idea of maybe
Birthing area.
birthing this idea of like how can we do like a faux socialization kind of thing, as well as just get to know people on the team, whether it's someone that like, oh, so and so, I've been paddling with them for years now, but we've never like talked, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't
What's a
really know
common?
that much about you.
It's
um
commonly expressed.
yeah,
Can't
so,
really have
and
a
it's,
full blown conversation on the
yeah,
phone.
but also it's hard, sometimes
Yeah.
it's just like how am I going to just like randomly start talking to this person if I'm just like gonna inject myself into it.
Yeah.
So I guess the idea came to us, and maybe we should do this like kind of webinar thing where it's just like two people talking, and then like that's it, and then we have just people listening. And I think someone else pointed out that that's super intimidating. Like, can you imagine you and me, Roxanne, talking right now and just like 40 people just watching us?
Oh, if we had a TED Talk, what would it be called? Or and what will the title be instead of TED Talk? Would it be
You
like,
and me?
yeah.
What you think is wrong?
Oh my
No?
god.
No?
I
No, we don't like
guess.
that?
But it like fits the theme of what we will talk about.
Yeah. I mean, if
Who is Ted?
who is Ted? Why is it called Ted? No, I know this. I know this. It's like technical something or other. I don't know it. Where were we?
Talking in front of a big crowd.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. So yeah, that is super intimidating.
It is.
And I think we said we could just do it like one person, like the people talking are just like have their cameras off, which then feels like super impersonal, right? Because
Yeah. It's also like can be a little creepy because it's like what is the person doing on the
yeah,
other
exactly.
side?
It's super creepy. And like we've done those like group workouts, and
Yeah.
every once in a while you'll see someone with their camera off and you're just like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you
And
not
it's just like
doing
are you
are you not doing the workout?
spying on us or
Are
not?
you just watching?" So,
One of my friends chimed in. She had a valid reason though. She
oh
has
yeah.
like a desktop computer.
Mhm.
So like
Oh, so it's not like
yeah,
pointed in the.
yeah,
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah.
However,
It's so it
when
doesn't
I
make the
see it,
situation
yeah,
better.
my brain automatically jumps to the worst conclusion that it could be. So either way, like when you see a camera that's not on, you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
what
I
are
get
they
you.
doing? Then we're thinking, okay, well, how about we just do like this kind of podcast situation where it's essentially just like you and me right now in this
Yep.
very same setup, and then as the host we just kind of allow people to kind of jump in if they choose, and they can listen in, but they will be muted, and their computers and their cameras will be off while you and I talk. Currently nobody's here though. It's
We are
just
guestless.
we're guestless. Another typical day.
This is like when you like insert the like sitcom cut
Oh, the
song.
laugh track.
Yeah.
We could do that. So that's kind of like where the idea came from. And I know, like when we pitched it, it was kind of.
It was like halvesies. Like some people were for it and some people or about it. Like they
I mean,
weren't like
and it's totally understandable because like
mm-hmm.
given the life situation, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other things that we like, a whole bunch of other better things that we could be doing. But
Yeah, but this is a good thing too.
agreed, and I think it's important that in whatever capacity are able to at
Mm-hmm.
least still kind of hang with one another.
Yeah.
And that's like, we can do that through like just these video hangouts and all that, but also like how are you going to get to know someone over a video hangout when 20 people are just talking?
Also, in like another way to look at it is we're also creating content for people to like listen to. I'm sure a
Sure.
lot of us listen to podcasts. Granted, this might not be like the highest production
Sure
value
isn't.
out there, but I hope it's a, even a
it's the
smidgen
it's the
entertaining.
heart that counts,
Yes.
Roxanne. Our we're throwing our heart and soul into this.
Ugh.
Just don't hit the mic when you do it.
Okay.
Like this.
That made a really cool sound,
Did
actually.
it?
Yeah.
I can't actually hear
Okay,
my end of
do
it.
it again. It does like a vibration, like.
I'll hear it later when we edit this. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are editing this podcast as well.
Yes.
So yeah, that's how we kind of came up with the idea. But like we also kind of have like a schedule kind of thing thought up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we're going to have a weekend episode, which will be live. We'll have the two of us plus a guest, and it'll be kind of like a talk show style episode, and people can chime in and watch us live. We'll also have weekday episodes or just episode that it will be pre-recorded, uh, whether it fitting better with everyone's schedule or the guest is not as comfortable having a live session. So we're looking to do the live session probably Saturdays, sometimes Saturday. Uh, and maybe we'll release a pre-recorded episode Wednesday, and if we get really ambitious, two
Oh my god, that's crazy.
episodes.
I think it depends on a if there's a lot of people who are into just like listening to it live on
Mm-hmm.
Saturdays, but if not,
Mm-hmm.
we can just do this pre-recorded episodes released on Wednesdays, and that certainly takes a lot of pressure off of whoever we're talking to, and also us, because
Yeah,
I've messed up
you're
so
the
many times.
sole editor. I don't have much, if any, audio editing experience.
Oh, we can run a whole course on it
Oh my,
after this.
I'd be interested. I've watched you do some editing and you just like click, 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 and then
it's
shortcuts. And I'm like,
it is weird.
oh,
I sometimes, it's been like so long that I like have been using this program that like I forget how many steps are involved.
it you've
Sometimes like it just kind of like
it's muscle
flows.
memory for
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
It
yeah, yeah. So
totally is.
but now like kind of like the same way when like a pro athlete is describing, I don't know,
A
if a pro,
movement or
yeah,
something.
exactly,
Yeah,
like
it just
it's so much
happens.
more than just like, oh, just swing
Just
the
do
bat
it.
and hit it and hit the
Just
ball,
do it.
duh. It's like about foot positioning and like
Yeah.
all this other stuff. So
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 use your feet when you edit.
yeah, yeah, I make sure to swing a bat whenever I'm editing audio.
It's dangerous.
And
It's so
I
dangerous.
need at least 7 feet of clearance.
7 feet's not even enough.
No.
The bat
How long is a
itself,
bat?
pretty long.
I don't know how
Plus,
long a bat is. It's not 7 feet.
no, but then you have to include your like
My arms?
arms. Yeah.
That's not 7 feet.
Somebody do the
How the
math.
hell? How the hell long is a baseball bat?
I'd
Let's see.
say
Pro athlete.
2 to 3 feet.
Let's see.
2 3 feet.
I guess it's based on the person,
Yeah,
right?
2 to 3 feet.
42 inches.
Oh shoot. It's more
By regulation,
closer
it may be no more than 2.75 inches in diameter and at the thickest part, and no more than 42 inches in length.
That's almost 4 feet.
Yeah, and I guess
So
plus your
4 feet plus half
Oh
your
yeah, I
height,
guess you're right. Wow.
assuming that your wingspan is the same as your height, which for most people it
Wow.
kind of is.
That shows you what I know about sports.
What's
Next
your
to nothing.
gorilla index?
My gorilla index?
Yes.
I don't even know what that means.
It's like the ratio between like your wingspan and like your height.
How do I determine that?
Have you need a helper, or you could like slap against the wall, get a pencil, and like.
I'll that'll be my project for tonight.
All right.
Figure out my gorilla index.
Okay.
So things that we'll just talk about, and I kind of hope that it becomes like a pretty organic, just normal conversation.
Yeah, me too.
But like obviously we'll probably have like some pre-designated topics. So if person X is our guest, for lack of a better word, then it'll be like, hey, this is so and so. How long have you been with us on the team? How did you hear about Dragon Boat? How did you get on the team? What else? What do you do for work? Let's talk about work for a bit. And that may be kind of dry depending on like how into the into work that person is. It's like if you prefer not to talk about work, then obviously we'll just sidestep that.
But we have some interesting people on our team.
We sure do. And
I
always find it interesting to know like what it this person does. I've like you, Roxanne, I've never seen you in not workout clothes until like 2 years after I knew you. Maybe a year.
That's true. That's like all of us though. It's
so
funny when we all get on like the video chats and everyone is like wearing normal clothes and a lot of us wear glasses, but we wear contacts to play sports. So it's like, look at all us nerds.
I think it would just be interesting to see like what is life like not on the boat. What is
absolutely.
Our paddlers are people. So it'd be cool just to see what they do. So work topics can be however long that person feels like talking about it, and then from there maybe other hobbies. What else do you like to do besides getting in a boat and just suffering with us for an hour? And that should just pretty much be it. I mean, the idea is just to get to know each paddler and like ideally we'll hit everyone on the team.
That'd be great. Imagine we get to everyone and then we gotta like bring people back.
That would be great. Or maybe even like reach out to other teams.
Wow.
And then it expands from there. Whoa.
Expansion.
Yeah, so that is pretty much it for this episode, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think from here we'll try and stick to a schedule, and we'll try and make this a thing.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Catch us next time on our next episode of PDPC.